Welcome back to the Blazer Pod. Liam here alongside Mike.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 2.
Yeah, second episode. We are in the studio.
Yeah.
The studio, if you want to call it the studio.
Yeah, this is our studio.
We're in our college campus library, but it's nice in here. You know,
it's nice. You guys like the vibes?
It gets the job done.
It's good vibes.
So yeah, second episode. Mike, what's on the agenda for today?
So this is what we're going to run through. We're going to do some world golf ranking breakdown, top 15 players in the world. We're going to touch on some college mental game. We're going to talk about, and our last thing is going to be how important caddies are.
Good stuff. Hopefully, got some good conversation going. I do want to say thank you for everyone who listened to the first podcast.
Yeah.
It was a little rough. We had some technical issues with the mic and the...
Just a few.
But we managed, so this one hopefully is much better, and
yeah,
it'll only get better in the future, you know.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, as you guys can probably tell, we were short one today. John had some complications with work. He's getting the bread so he can supply our podcast costs.
If you want to help supply our podcast,
quick transition,
great segue. The donation link is in the description of this video.
It is.
Feel free. We have monthly donations as well as one time. So anything's appreciated. Hopefully we can get this thing a little more kickstarted and
less boof.
We appreciate it all, but we pull up the rankings then. Right?
Yeah,
get right into
the rankings.
It.
Yeah, let's get on it.
We'll put them on screen as well for you to see, just so you can follow along with us. But
start at 15, go down.
Yeah, I guess so. Who's sneaking in our 15th spot?
Abraham Answer.
Wow. He's, honestly...
Tell you what, I love his swing.
Yeah.
I love his swing.
He's a competitor. Not sure I know you've probably heard it when the 2019 President's Cup.
Yeah.
When he wants to take on Tiger. What do we feel about Abe?
Dude, honestly, he's a young kid. How old is he? 20?
He's got to be in his mid-20s at highest, I think.
Yeah, he's a young kid. Tell you what, hot take. I feel that pound for pound, he's 150 pounds. He's tiny. 150 pounds. I feel like he is the longest player on tour, pound for pound. He hits bombs. I'm not even kidding you. His swing speed, well over 120. And he's, smaller than JT. People always talk about how Justin Thomas is small. Man. Abraham Answer has some talent.
I agree. He definitely hits it off. And he hits it straight. Which helps it. I do think, though, because these are the top 15 players in the world we're talking about,
obviously they're going to be talented, right?
We missed out on, Koepka. Or no, what is this? This is top 20 we're looking at.
Oh, 20?
Top 20 in the world.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Abraham Answer, top 20.
Top 20.
Boys,
but still, if we're talking about top 20, we are going to be critical.
Yeah,
and in my opinion...
they're only the top 20 players in the world.
I haven't seen the results from Abe to think he's top 20. I would have thought he was 40.
He sneaks in there. He
definitely, I think he had that good St. Jude win last fall. I think he won the St. Jude, FedEx St. Jude.
Man,
so, I think that was his first win, though. And, when you're looking at people...
Yeah, I do remember that, yes.
We'll look at Hideki in a little bit. I think he's only 14th, and he's got 3 wins in his last, 8
months. 9 months.
8 starts.
Yeah, 8 starts.
Something, I don't know. Not yet. But, so I do think
filthy.
Abe sneaks in there. He's playing okay. He gets a lot of top 10s, top 5s.
He racks him up. I feel he's a talented player. Also, the only player on here to be... only player on here that I've probably watched, honestly, the least. Tell you the truth, I really wish I watched him more because, like I said before, his swing, he tips his head down. Mm-hmm. He has I think everybody's seen his swing at this point. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely also, I think the Ryder Cup has to do with that. Him being from Mexico, you don't see him on the Ryder Cup, but
clip of Tiger hitting that putt on him.
That famous Tiger putt, yeah.
The one that everyone edits, and that it's 8 seconds before it actually hits, and he shakes his hand.
Yeah, that's brutal. So I guess moving on down, we got Harry English. Harris English. He's a great player. You know, he had a really good streak in 2021, 2020 even. So I think he deserves to be up here.
I picked him a few weeks ago in fantasy. He didn't help me out.
No, he
didn't help me out.
He's usually pretty reliable, but he's
Those
had
Hawaii
success.
events.
You know,
Those Hawaii events are low. That's some low golf.
yeah,
Some really low golf.
you can't even be mad when you shoot 20 under and you're almost last place.
Yeah,
so.
no way. That's
So so Harris English. Then we got Brooks Koepka and Tony Finau.
I love one of these guys.
A little lower than you'd probably think for these names.
Tell you what, I feel like Tony Finau is. Well, for those of you who don't know, Tony Finau is my favorite golfer. Tony Finau is my favorite golfer. Just gonna say that. Brooks Koepka, I don't have much of an opinion on him. I think he looks like 2000s Eminem, and he definitely lost a bet for that haircut.
Yeah,
But talented player. Used to be a hockey player, all self-taught, baseball player, and as a kid. Transitioned to golf similar to how my age, 16, 17. And now he's, 18th in the world?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He's on a little slow streak, I'd say. He hasn't, obviously, he did okay in the majors. But for his standards, obviously no wins.
No.
So, you know that he doesn't give a shit about this. I guarantee you, he does not care.
He doesn't
He's 18th.
care.
He knows he's still a top 5 player. And I think when it does come down to it, I'd take him over a lot of these guys on Sunday in the US Open.
That's true. He's clutch. Tell you what, I feel that Brooks Koepka is like John, but more serious. If John became, if John was if John mixed Patrick Cantlay and John, this is Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
That's Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because John has that confident swag. You know what I mean? I was saying that in episode 1 too. John's got that swag.
Yeah.
He's different.
Definitely, I expect these two to be higher. But who knows? I mean, I could also see them both falling down. I could see
Tony will never fall.
I could see some people jumping and surpassing him. But you know who else I can see them surpassing?
Oh.
Daniel Berger. Listen, he's great.
He's racking top 20s.
Exactly.
He's just, dude.
He won once in 2021.
Yep.
This week's AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He's defending. But it still blows my mind how he is able to consistently hit that high cut and get through the ball.
Yeah, he has an interesting swing.
He's got the most funky swing, but I would not have thought he was 16th.
No.
I mean,
tell you what, he's a very good putter. Very talented player.
And all these guys are, if you really think of it, but yeah, he definitely
True. I mean,
is.
You could argue that Tony Finau is not the strongest putter. No offense. Tony, you're the best. I don't know. I feel like Tony, and I think Brooks actually had some tough putting past few tournaments as well.
I think
streaky.
Brooks is fine. You can't make everything.
Yeah, true. True.
He hasn't ever had a woe of a few months where he literally hasn't made a 3-footer. So I think Brooks is fine. You know who is a good putter? Jordan Spieth. Wow, 15th. He's moving up. I forgot what he was. I want to say he was
he was down there.
80s or something.
Yeah, he was
that
down
could
there.
Be even low.
He
that
was
could
down
be high
there.
for what I'm saying.
He was down there.
And he's changed this in a year.
Yeah.
So
swing coach.
Props to Jordan.
Swing coach. I model my 3-iron has that Torrey D shaft. He's gotten his, taking a little inspiration, and it nukes. You guys will see. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow? No, Friday. Friday. By the time you guys, you'll already have seen this, but this is recorded Wednesday, the February 2nd. You'll see on Friday that 3-iron's lethal. But Jordan is a very talented player. Unreal.
I think he had a close call at the Open too. He could easily have been, and he had a lot of close calls at the Waste Management last year and even the Pebble Beach. So I can see him continuing the streak. So
he's playing this week, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I project top 10 finish.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty weak field.
It is a weak field. It's a weak field, but I feel like Jordan, I probably should have picked him. We'll get top 10 this week. Easy, coasting.
Next we got, and I don't know how I feel about them. Scotty Scheffler, Sam Burns, and Louis Oosthuizen. Those are.
That's a weird group.
It's
a weird group.
14, 13, and 12th in the world.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I understand why Louis is there.
Yeah, Louis.
Sam Burns has obviously been playing. I don't think he's missed a cut in it feels like 2 years now.
It's been a long time.
He's just been playing.
It's been a long time.
He has, I think, 2 wins, a lot of seconds. And then Scotty Scheffler still doesn't have a first win.
Nah.
Isn't that crazy?
He's young, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a young guy. He's a rookie. 22. He's younger than Colin. I'm pretty sure
he's like 23.
23.
Yeah.
But Scotty Scheffler, talented swing, talented player.
Shot 59.
Yeah, he's on in the
Braden
60 club.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Jesus, man.
So, shout out Scotty. He's a great player. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve here, but
I mean, hey, anybody who breaks 60, I don't care if you're a tour player or not, you're filthy.
Yeah. Now we got some. Now we got Cameron Smith and Hideki. I love both these players. I remember
filthy golf.
Going into the Masters last year, I picked Hideki as one of my 4 guys to win.
Did you?
And I got him in the 4th round.
There you go.
But I remember hearing that he played really well at Augusta, and if he could just putt, which he did that week.
Damn right he did.
And he
filthy.
Didn't finish it off super strong, but Saturday after that rain delay, he came out.
Fire.
Yeah. So I think he's Cameron Smith, obviously top 11. I would say easily.
I mean, we just saw both of these players win the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Sorry. Cam Smith at the Tournament of Champions, which that duke out with John Rahm. That
was fun.
That was fun. But hey, if you shoot 34.
Isn't that crazy? 34 under.
34 under par. We thought that Dustin Johnson shooting 30 under par at TPC Boston in Norton was crazy. Do that in Hawaii, and
only win by 1.
And then John Rahm.
And then third place was 2 back. So I mean,
that's just guys. If you want to talk about the valor of tour players, man, what was the lowest? The lowest tournament was what, 600? It was a few under. It was a few under.
Yeah, 9 or something.
No, I don't think it was that low, but it was back there. You think for 4 days, it was that'd win any tournament up in here.
All right, so now we get Hideki was 10th. Now we get to oh my gosh, Bryson DeChambeau. 9 seems high for him, right? Don't you think? Or do I say low? Low. I
yeah, it seems low.
I think he should be. You think he still be around top 5?
When was the last time he? Oh wait, no, he played at Tournament Champions. He played garbage.
Yeah. I'm not worried about him results wise. Although I guess now would be the time to worry because he hasn't had a crazy sign of. He hasn't even I can't remember the last time he contended, and that could just be on me. But I know he had the only thing I can think of is when he was playing with Harris English in the last round of it might have been the FedEx St. Jude, that Abe Answer one. And I'm sure I'm wrong about that.
I watched him play the Tournament of Champions. I watched him hit one shot, and it was a 3-wood on a par 4, and he hooked it dead duck hook. John straight out of the car, duck hook. Shooting shots at you, John. I'm taking shots on you, John. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. He'll be fine. I think Bryson will be all right.
Yeah, he hurt his wrist. That's why he hasn't been playing. But, I follow him on socials. He's only posting about the long drive stuff. I feel like the driver thing is going to hit him hard too this year.
Physically?
Yeah, he has to. You think you have to adjust your swing a lot to play with a 48-inch driver. That's crazy. I use a 44 and a half, and I'm not tall. I'm not big. I'm not Bryson big, right? But you think you're 6'1", you're using half an inch shorter than standard. You probably use the same length. Probably 45 is standard, industry standard. You think Bryson's just 2 inches cut off your driver? Can you imagine that?
I don't know.
It's a lot.
I couldn't.
At the end of the day,
that's all you. I think Bryson, obviously, I hate Bryson.
You're not a big fan.
Person, I just hate him. I think he's just stupid.
I don't have anything. I respect his grind.
I do think
I'm not a huge fan.
He'll be okay. He won't leave the top 10. If he does, that's another discussion. Next is Xander, and I was a fan of Xander. When he was coming up, 2018, I was like, man, this guy's gonna be great. He's gonna win a lot. I really like the way he goes about his best friends with Patrick Cantlay.
That's the personal bias in that, ladies and gentlemen.
And now it's been like what, 2 years since he's won? I think his last one was the Tournament of Champions in 2018 or 2019.
18, I believe. Or 19.
No, it had to be 19.
No, 19. Yeah. You want to be in the top 10.
I don't know. I mean, how the hell is he in here?
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you.
I love him. Oh, I think he's in here because he technically won the Tour Championship in 2020. You know how it's like a net event, so DJ started at -10.
Oh, that's right, the playoffs.
I think he technically won the Tour Championship stroke-wise.
The FedEx playoff,
so the world golf rankings
probably like inflated it.
Yeah.
Has he played in any events this year? I don't believe so.
He probably went to. No, he didn't go to the Central Tournament Champions. He didn't win.
Yeah, he didn't win.
So I don't think he would have taken that Hawaii trip.
Is he in the field this week? Probably.
No,
I don't think so either. Yeah.
He might be in Saudi.
That's a whole nother can of worms, ladies and gentlemen, that we are not going to open. We're going to leave that tight, closed, shut, and we're not going to touch it. But I do respect. He's a great iron player. Great iron player. Great putter.
Yeah, he's got everything.
He's got a very solid fundamental swing. It's very nice to look at. Just talented player. Very talented player.
JT.
Big fan of JT. Some stuff in the past I'm not a fan of, but golf-wise, I feel like he's a young kid. He's very talented. He's had a lot of wins.
He's not even that young anymore.
He's
like 28, 29.
That's still young.
Oh, yeah, but like...
Let's not shit on the old heads here. Come on.
I'm not saying he's old. It's just
he's getting older.
If you're going to call Scotty Scheffler young...
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, a lot younger than JT.
Yeah, he's probably not that much older, but even if he is still young, he's been around forever.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I remember when I was getting into golf, like, I think he won, like, the CIMB, and I was like, oh, cool. And now, like, he's still around, so I just feel like he's definitely had his fair share of winning, so he's been around for a while, I feel like.
JT, though. JT, his 5-wood that he hit at the Tournament of Champions, he shot 61 that day. I watched it. That was crazy. We have a similar motion. Swing-wise, when I went to go see a swing instructor last summer, he was like, you jump like JT in your back foot. You don't need to. Just swing stuff. I think JT's cool. His iron play, his iron swing is amazing. I love his transition. I don't know. JT is just cool. He's got swag.
He's a great. Glad to have him on our Ryder Cup team.
Yeah,
because he's a good competitor. I don't know. I like watching him when he's in contention.
He's a fun player to watch in contention.
It's a good player to
good
golf.
He twirls it.
He does twirl it. Yes, he does.
I'm a big fan of the twirl.
All right, so now let's get this is the top. This is the 6th place. Then we'll do top 5. We got Rory. Man, do I want to shit on Rory right now?
I'm gonna take my hat off though, because Rory McIlroy is, in my opinion, regardless of what he's doing right now, because I don't agree. I'm in the same boat as you. I don't agree where he's at right now, but Rory is one of the most nicest and influential golf names. Regardless, golf, he's been around forever. His swing is idolized by millions of people, including myself and John.
He's great.
Who, if we could pull up a clip, John quotes that he swings. Rory actually copies his swing. That's a quote.
Do we have that quote?
I think we have that quote somewhere.
I don't remember that. When was this?
John's been saying that for a while.
All right. Well, if we find it,
we're gonna put a clip of Rory hitting a driver and John hitting a driver side by side, and you guys can be the judge.
Fair.
You guys can be the judge.
I think Rory's great. I love Rory. I just want to call him out. Why is he playing so bad on Sundays?
Yeah, can't finish.
I mean, I'm glad he's in form, but why is it every time, I swear to God, I wake up when these European Tour events are going on, and the day before I see them post, Rory McIlroy shoots 66 in the 3rd round.
Hear the roars.
He's got a lead going into the final day.
You love seeing that.
He's tied for the lead with 9 holes to play.
You love seeing that.
And then there's a playoff and he's not in it. I go back and watch the highlights. He needs a par to get into a playoff, a birdie to win. on a par 5. And he hits a 3-wood in the fucking water.
I don't know, dude. That's
I mean,
last 3 holes are tough, man. Last 3 holes are tough.
Yeah, I know the last 3 holes are tough. But I am not Rory McIlroy.
That's true. Rory's one. See, you'd think someone who I wouldn't call Rory a veteran by any means. You think
he's a veteran?
He's a vet. Yeah, Rory's a vet.
He won a major in 2011. Come on, it's
it's been 11 years. Yeah, good point. Yeah, Rory being the vet that he is and as talented as he is, seeing him fall apart.
He needs to close these out.
Yeah,
he's already got his legacy, right? But if he wants to get up with like close to like the Phil, or Ernie Els, like.
You taking prime Rory or prime Phil?
I am taking prime.
Hot take.
I am taking prime Rory.
Prime Rory or prime Phil?
Yeah, because Phil's prime.
Has Phil hit his prime?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, has Phil Mickelson hit his prime?
Yes, he has.
That's a hot. That's a debate.
No, it's not.
He's swinging his physical stature. He's swinging faster and swinging more efficient than he ever has at what 40.
51?
No, 50? Oh my God, I was going to say 48.
50, not 51 yet. 50.
50. At 50 years old, he's swinging almost faster than a good amount of this top 15.
I cannot believe you just said Phil Mickelson is swinging more efficient than he has been in previous years.
He has been.
He has not been. No, he has not.
Yes, he has.
That is one of the...
His swing itself. I'm not talking about his play. I'm talking about his actual swing. If you look at his swing, right, and you take numbers from his swing, like you'll see his data, he will post it. There's an ongoing conversation about how Phil is improving his swing and swinging more efficient, not better scoring. His actual physical swing not only looks better, but he's hitting it better. He's not stressing his back either.
I think he might be hitting it better. I don't know the data of the strokes gained, but he definitely is not putting it better. He's definitely not.
Yeah, no, he's not. Yeah,
and he's definitely not driving it better.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's trying to. I think his goal now is kind of what he did at the PGA, is to just capitalize on his good weeks. Mm-hmm. Know that he's gonna miss cuts, obviously, but like be aggressive and try to just make the most of when you are hitting it good, and that's what leads to the PGA.
He's not a fan of the driver cutback. Not a fan.
Definitely not.
Not a fan.
He's been spoken on that. All right, we got our top 5 now.
All right, top 5.
DJ, Cantlay, Hovland, Morikawa, and
Big John.
Junior Seve Ballesteros, John Rahm.
And Big John. Not our John.
Starting off with DJ, he's kind of been...
How the hell is he on this list?
Right,
when was the last time he played golf?
He ranked up he had a lot of points stored. Remember
he murdered 2020.
He did. So
absolute 4 wins? 4 wins. He won like $18 million.
At least 3. He won the Tour Championship. He tied second at
Boston.
He tied second at the BMW. Won TBC. Won the Masters in that fall. So he's
Dustin.
He's got a lot of points going.
He's on his yacht right now.
He'll be chilling
off the coast of Jupiter.
Patrick Cantlay, I don't want to see him this low. I want to see him up near the top.
Dude,
2.
he's top 5.
Yeah, I know, but
he's playing good though right now.
I'm so glad to see him getting the respect and finally having the
results.
Yeah,
no, he's filthy.
He did get a little blessed. I mean, John Rahm's still number 1 in the world. Even if John Rahm won the Memorial, Cantlay got second, or
COVID does that. You hate to see it.
I'm still glad Cantlay's getting the respect and that he was able to win the Tour Championship.
Yep.
Because he deserves that for what he's gone through. And, yeah, I just think it's better for him than, John Rahm. John Rahm's going to fucking win it this year. Or, who knows? He's going to win it the next fucking year.
Yeah, guys, John Rahm.
He's going to win plenty.
Let's not touch on John Rahm yet, but Patrick Cantlay.
Glad Cantlay's there. He's just a killer.
He's got a great swing. He's
playing this week. We'll see how he does.
Patty Ice. That's all you got to say? Patty Ice?
Hovland, after winning last week, number 3. 3 wins and 5 starts.
Congrats to Victor Hovland. Your swing is awesome, and you were the most humble person I've ever seen.
He's got that great smile.
He's so humble.
I know. He's a great kid to watch. I can call him a kid because he's only like 4 years older than not even. So glad.
Puts it in perspective. He's 4 years older than Liam.
He might even be like 3 or 2, honestly. I'm almost 20.
How old is Victor Hovland?
He's like 20.
Put it in the comments. How old is Victor Hovland? Because we don't know.
So yeah, he's number 3. Glad to see him there. And then you got Morikawa and Rahm. You can't say anything about them.
Colin Morikawa with the
dominant
with the cinnamon toast crunch head covers, and
that's
on
what
his
does it.
on his wedges, he has the cereal stamped on his wedges, dude. I'm telling you, guys, if you're not eating cereal, like, okay, listen, if a golf company is going to work with a cereal brand to make custom one-on-one head covers and bags, this is because I have a soft spot for TaylorMade, but come on. Like, what other company is doing that? And a lot of their a lot of these golfers are TaylorMade guys. Colin, Dustin, Rory. Keep on going down. I mean,
Not so much the
top 20. Hey, listen, we got a lot of the top ones on there.
Yeah, no, the top 20, they're great. I think
Colin's filthy, guys.
I think the only things I think are iffy, and not saying they don't deserve to be in the top 20, but maybe I'd change the order a little bit. I don't know if Abe should be there. Daniel Berger's fine for now, but I don't think he's going to hold on to this. And then I'd say...
That's fair.
Xander Schauffele definitely should not be 8th in the world. There's no way. He could be top 20 if he's near 20. 8th is like... I'd give 8th to almost everyone
Spieth
below him. Or... Hideki.
Tony.
Hideki?
Oh, yeah.
Let's not give Tony too much gas right now.
Listen.
He's got like 2 fucking wins.
He's going to have a breakout season.
And one was in like 2016.
I mean, his win at Liberty was pretty good. I mean, he won a playoff because Cam Smith might have hit a little duck hook in the water. But hey, listen. If you aren't pulling for Tony Finau, why are you in golf? Yeah. Sorry. You gotta say it.
I think it's fine. I think it's cool to go back. Filthy. I think it's cool to go down and just see where they're at maybe and see how it changes, and then we can talk about that a few months from now.
5 golfers I feel like are going to stay on this list pretty close. I think Jon Rahm's going to hold it down.
I agree.
There's no stoppage in sight of how filthy of golf he's playing. Like it's unreal. Like he had it was day 3 of this past tournament. Like there's a clip of him walking up to the next hole. He couldn't make putts. Then you go the next day, he's draining everything. Like, you think tour players have a bad day on the greens. Guys, they're still making 30 putts.
Yeah.
Hitting 15, 16 greens and having 30 putts for them. Like for us, it's like 1 or 2. Like if you're going by stats, obviously. That's like 1 or 2 under, 3 under even. If you make a few birdies, dude, those guys are mad if they're not mid-60s.
So yeah, and I think that's a good segue talking about how he can handle, like how pro golfers handle that, and then how we handle that. Like if we were to
mental game.
Yeah, if we had a bad putting day, I know it's. These guys are way better than us.
They have a lot more resources too.
But so I guess that's a good segue. Like when we are in our college tournaments, and I'll let you speak on this too. Like, what goes through your mind when you're having a day where you're missing putts and you're getting angry? What happens?
Yeah. So instead of kind of going into a deep dive, I want to provide 2 examples. So, my club championship last year, Shining Rock Country Club, first day. Tell you what, that entire summer I didn't play a lot of comp golf. Actually, I played no comp golf, except for the Mass Golf for a while, which I said last podcast. But I went into this day playing this course 5-6 times a week. A lot. You can ask anybody. I play a lot of golf. And I have all my stats and everything. I have them all last summer. I went into this event thinking, you know what? It's my home course. There's no stress. I do this every day. Same tee box, same everything. Sure, they're going to make the greens a little faster. We're still rolling at 11.5, double sanded, double cut. It was crazy. I'll tell you what, shot 96. Of course, I played, which the day prior, shot 75. It's crazy.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
So, you had to get to 96 somehow. When did you maybe realize, it's almost like, how when you have a bad start and you're trying to think, how can I still got plenty of golf left. If you have a double on the first hole or second hole, still plenty of golf left. It's the same as doubling 16.
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you realize there might not be time to like fix the round, or instead of, I don't know, like maybe minimizing the damage, or what's your mindset? Maybe you're not even trying to minimize the damage.
So my mindset there was, so I'll go through a few holes. So I had one of my best friends, Dylan, on the bag. Dylan, if you're listening, you're the fucking man. I love you. But no, I had Dylan on the bag. What you'd think if you have a buddy with you either too, like, makes the day a little bit easier. But it really wasn't. So first hole, I still play my cut downhill. Whole left side is hazard. My ball was like in rocks, got a free drop, and then my second ball went out of bounds. So, I started off pretty rough. Like I had a lot of balls that were like not in play, or I had to take unplayables. So to bring it pretty much through, I think for the day I had at least 6 or 8. I had like 6 or 7 penalties and I wasn't putting too bad. It was just I was getting myself into bad spots. Bad spot, have to hit a great hero shot.
So when you're in that bad spot, are you thinking save the score now, or are you thinking minimize the damage? Like, are you trying to hit that hero shot and get up and down from
like nowhere?
Nowhere, or are you?
So tell you what, if you ask me this now, playing through my college season and playing a lot more comp golf, I would say me on that day would have third hole, I would have been, I think I was 6 over, third hole. I would have been, okay, par 5, like, hit a 3-iron. Instead of doing what I would do now, and if I didn't have that day, though, I wouldn't have known. But learning experience, definitely taking easier options out, taking your medicine, especially in stroke play events. Like, you just got to take your medicine. And hit the turn. Back 9. I'll tell you what. Last 5 holes, I was 1 under.
Did you last 5 holes on
1 under.
13 after you finished 13? Were you just like
I made par.
Carefree, or did you just
carefree. The last 5 holes at Shining Rock are a little easier. The back 9 is a lot easier than the front. And I really, at that point, I just kind of, when you wake up every day and you play golf, it becomes a routine. It becomes something you do every day. Like, you get up and you brush your teeth, right? You get to that point of autonomy where all of the emotions that you're like dealing with, you're thinking about it too much. You're too conscious. You gotta go unconscious. Like, you ever drive somewhere? Like, if you have a long ride, like when I'm driving back and forth to Elms, like, do you ever like be so caught up in your own thoughts that you forget that you're driving? Like, I know this sounds bad.
Thankfully, I don't, but I've heard people say that.
So I know it sounds bad, and Mom and Dad, if you're listening, I promise I'm always paying attention when I drive. But but no, like, I'll be listening to a podcast or something, or I'll be listening to or I'll be in like a deep thought. I'll think about a conversation or something, and I'll be so invested in my own thoughts, but also paying attention to the road that I'll be like, how the hell am I not like?
Well, driving on the Mass Pike can get pretty.
It does. I have cruise control now too. I got a new car.
You got a new car?
I got a new car. Guys, I got a new car. Sorry.
You always got to shout it out, right?
I got a new car.
I got a new car.
Worked my ass off for it. Paid for it myself. And mostly. Actually, all of it myself. Very proud of myself.
There you go.
But anyway, after the first day, 96, went into the clubhouse. Didn't feel great. All my buddies and everything were just, they were clowning on me, but they're like, yo, what happened? Everything all right? They were concerned, and I'm appreciative of those people. Went home and made a post on social media. I called Liam. I was very frustrated. As I think all golfers should be when you fall very, very below your own standards.
It's definitely, you can't just brush it off. As easy as it sounds, you can't just brush it off.
And then the second day I came up, I didn't care. It was unconscious golf, just doing what I do and just focusing and being more focused on how I'm feeling rather than how I'm playing. And I shot 79.
Yeah, and that's like,
which is not a,
when you're taking 17 shots off.
Yeah.
So if you go from like 79, might not be the most flashy number, but if you're coming off at 96,
tied the low round of the day.
Like, I've been there before, like in our tournament last fall, or I went 93, 78. Like, it's 78. If I shot 78 the first day, it's a lot different. I might be more humble, but like, knowing I went 93.78 is so much.
It feels better.
Because you're like, you could have easily went 93, 100, 93, 85. But it really shows that so that's very typical.
Yeah.
And I feel like, honestly, like, when you were talking about your club champ, it reminded me, like if I'm having a bad day, like, say I go double bogey, say I'm like 4 over through 5, 5 over through 6, and I haven't made a putt. And then I say on the 6th hole, I hit it to like 8 feet for birdie, and I miss that.
That hurts.
And
that's pain.
I've learned now, it sucks in the moment because you're like, man, like that could have helped.
But that par is not
But honestly, like, it's good. It feels so much better having a tap-in stress-free par. Because you can't go from, like, if you're on the bogey train, it's hard to end it with a birdie. You'd like to, but, like, sometimes, especially when you can't find the center of the club face, I hate going from, like, not, like, trying to play a fade and it draws. If you're having the double crosses, you can't align right, and then once you hit a good shot, you gotta, when you think of swing moments, even though you hit it to 8 feet and missed the putt, that was probably still a big swing because that.
If you're hitting it to 8 feet, I don't care how far you are out. That's a great shot.
All of a sudden, maybe that one shot, even if you didn't pay it off at the putt, maybe the next hole you have a similar number and you hit a good shot again. So I've learned to be really patient, and that's something I'm definitely taking into like my tournaments to come. Like, if you're struggling, I think there's like 3 or 4 key swings in every golf round, and those swings, even if you don't, as long as you don't hit horrible shots, I think, there's a the front 9, maybe 1 or 2, the back 9 around 12 probably, and then obviously you want to finish strong too. I think there's like 4 really key swings you can look back on. So if you're struggling, just try to minimize it, and then hopefully you can have a stretch where you go like 1 under in 3 or 4 holes.
Being patient. I feel like golf is a very, very great way to summarize life in 4 hours, 18 holes.
I agree.
I feel like, I've played a lot of different sports. You could argue 9 innings of baseball. You could argue 3 periods of hockey. You could argue 60 minutes of basketball game. More than that, probably.
48.
You could argue all different passages of time. I feel like in golf, it's such a slower, and you really feel different throughout the day. Like, you can start off very optimistic, statistically on tour and of all other golfers, holes 10 to 14 are the hardest holes for any golfer. Because you are in that mindset where you're like, okay, 9th hole, like, wrap up the front 9. You think, okay, new perspective, right?
A lot of people play 9 casually. So 9 holes is easy for them.
A lot of people play 9, yeah.
So
18 is, having the mental preparedness.
It's definitely...
It's different.
I agree. I think my biggest thing is golf's not reactionary.
No, it's not.
You don't catch a basketball and shoot right away. You have so much time to think, and that's why it's hard to get in the zone, I guess you would call it. I remember I was only in the zone once ever golfing. I remember the back 9 of a tournament. I didn't think about anything.
Coaches there?
No. Well, no, that was close, but it wasn't like this one time. I can't describe it. I was just like, I had like two birdies and like 7 pars, just like clean golf, like, and I've never been there since.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's tough.
Ladies and gentlemen, comment below if you've been in the zone.
Yeah, the zone is.
It's something that not a single athlete can describe. In it, because I've been there. I've had days. I can think of a range day where I've been in the zone. I was on the back of Cold Spring by myself, and I was on the phone with my buddy. And I tell you what, I was not thinking about any golf swing that I had. And I tell you, I had the most perfect divot pattern. I hit every drive. I hit probably 30 balls. But it was, there's probably rounds that I can think of too that have been in the zone. But like, I think that day, it's unconscious golf. Yeah. It's golf in the back of your head, but you're doing it in front of you.
I think the only reason I got in my zone, it was just like in a tournament. So like that setting in general, and I remember there was like online leaderboards. So I remember like I did okay the first day. I think I shot like 79, and then the second day I had a terrible front nine, and I just like 3-putted 9 to shoot like 6 over on the front, and I remember like my ball plugged in a bunker on 10. I got it up and down, and I remember I was like, you know what? I wasn't checking the leaderboard the whole time. I was like, I'm gonna check the leaderboard, and I realized like everyone was struggling that day, and I was in like
that freshes you up,
and I was in like 7th place out of like 20 kids or whatever, and I remember I was like, I thought I would be like close to last, so like, let's go, and I made just like 2 birdies back to back right after that.
There you go.
And then literally, I checked the leaderboard. I was in like 3rd place. I was just like,
and play the most.
I remember like I'd get the number and I just swing, and I wasn't even worried. I just aimed right at the pin, and it was just a strike.
Yeah.
And that was one of the best moments. Like feeling like golf wise, one of my best memories.
There you go.
But
it's a good memory to have.
But yeah, back to your thing. Like you don't have much. Like it's just not reactionary. It's just you have so much time to think, which can hurt more than I think help.
I think that's why a lot of people struggle with golf.
That's why people don't get into it, because even if you get that adrenaline, feel that adrenaline, you lose it by the time you're on a tee box and you have to wait
15 minutes, 10 minutes to play a par 5 if you're walking.
And if you hit a bad shot, it's 10 minutes of thinking of that bad shot and that swing, and
every step
you try to get over it. It's easier said than done.
That's why I think I feel like, ladies and gentlemen, this is a hot take. There's a hot take here, and I know that you're going to agree with me here. Walking is 100% always better to experience a course rather than riding. Obviously, if you're like practicing at Cold Spring and you play the course 1,000 times, you obviously you ride, right? But if I go to a course, like anytime I go to play a course for the first time, if I'm allowed to, like if I'm not playing with like my dad or whoever, I want to walk it. It's something that as a golfer, it's like an experience. I feel like the design of courses too.
They're designed to be walked.
They're designed to be walked. Yeah.
I mean, not so much now. Maybe there's definitely, but like you can definitely. I don't know. Just like I honestly like the 9th hole at Cold Spring, super uphill.
Oh my god! It's so bad to walk.
Hitting your chip shot. It's a short par 4. You're usually up around the green. Mm-hmm. Hitting your chip shot while your calves are on fire is like
it's brutal.
Is a part of it. I feel like
it is. It is. It 100% is.
Have like say like, I mean like obviously like we're not like out of shape. We get over.
Yeah,
but, like
guys.
You feel it, that hill, carrying the bag and everything. So
yeah,
hitting those like chip shots with like those
burning calves. Phil.
I mean like
Phil's calves never burn.
I think that's like a cool part of the golf course that people might not look at.
It's an experience.
Like if you're going, just like visually too. Walking can distract you from a lot.
I feel like we definitely are going to have a section in the future about golf philosophy and course design. I feel like that's a very interesting topic. But to also talk about mental game, we have to talk about the people who play golf with us.
Yeah.
So whether it's your group mates, but today we're going to discuss caddies. Have you ever played around with caddy?
I have not. I'm excited.
You haven't.
I'm excited.
You don't want me as your caddy.
I don't know if I want a caddy. No, I have. My girlfriend.
Oh, Cold Spring, yeah, right.
Not
when she walked with you.
This one of my singles tournaments in Pittsfield, Berkshire Hills.
There you go.
Yeah, you realize I have a caddy, and she wasn't like helping with clubs or anything, but
she's walking with you.
She like, pushed the push cart, and like. I thought it'd be cool. I didn't have a great day, golf-wise, but like it was good to have her there. So,
you want who does that? Akshay Viata, or my grade, my high school grade.
That was just 1 week,
Yeah,
that's not his actual caddy.
His girlfriend's on his bag.
That was just that 1 week.
For other events, really?
No, that was just 1 week, and they won.
Well, now she's his full-time caddy.
I don't think so.
Has to be.
Isn't that crazy?
I can't wait to bring Kenzie golfing. I've been trying to plan it, and we almost went when I was down the Cape earlier this year before the snow. I was really excited, but I'm excited. It's something I'm really excited to have. Fortunately, I've had but I've had rounds where I've had a caddy. a few times.
It's
interesting.
So what do you think? Like, do you like it? Do you want like? We're not pros. Our caddies are not.
Yeah, they're friends of
getting
mine.
paid.
Yeah,
they're
no,
not.
they're not.
So
they're not. Yeah.
But if you were to have a caddy, or the caddies you have had, what did they do like to help you, and what would you ask them to do, and like what would you maybe want in a caddy?
That's a great question. So I can speak from experience. My boy Dylan, like I'm saying, Dylan, you're great. You're an awesome guy. You're not a golfer. Like my boy Dylan, he hacks it around, but he has fun doing it, and he respects the game. And hopefully he'll be playing some more golf. But so I can compare the experiences. So I had my boy Dylan as a caddy, and I had my buddy Nate, which we were bored at Maplegate one day in 2020, and I caddied him the front nine. He caddied me the back. So we were in the same. We were walking. We had a push cart and everything, and basically, it was interesting. I caddied him, so I can experience because I've caddied a few people myself, and I've also been caddied for. Personally, I would want a caddy is to say that I'm a very particular player to play like with how I play golf is an understatement.
That's such an understatement.
That's such an understatement. Like, I think you guys know the very like you guys know the physical part of it. Right?
Let me give one example to sum it up.
Yeah.
Let me give one example to sum up how precise Mike can be sometimes. We were on the 7th hole at our home course, par 5, and he's going forward in 2, and he's just got like a stock 4-iron, like 210, 215, maybe 220. No. This was your third shot. So third shot, I'm pretty sure, or maybe it was your second and you bombed it over the corner. Anyway, he's hitting his approach.
Oh, that's always my second shot.
He's hitting an approach.
Always my second shot.
And he's got like a perfect like 9-iron. Like it's like 150 or like 155. 55. And I'm like, listen to this fucking kid. And he's like, I think I'm gonna hit like a 3/4, like choke down an inch, sawed off 8-iron. I'm gonna fly it against the wind. It's gonna land 3 yards short of the hill, one hop check, and like stop 3 inches from the cup. And I'm like, all right. He has this big like banana cut. And he's like, I caught it off the wrong groove. And I'm like, Mike, why didn't you just hit like a normal 9-iron or something? He's like, well, I wanted to hit it to like an inch. I'm like, all right.
I don't remember this, ladies and gentlemen. So
this happened.
Because in my head that happens.
You're in the zone. Yeah. So
every shot. That's
caddying for Mike would be tough, but continue, please.
How the fuck do I continue after that? All right. Yeah, I am tough to caddy for. Honestly, what I look for in a caddy is honestly just someone to literally, like, this is gonna sound really bad, but just to be there and listen.
Just be like, do that. Hit that 8-iron 155.
But like, it's just when I'm thinking of a shot, I've always been inspired by Tiger Woods because he builds a setup. So he will be like, before he sets up to his shot, he will take 3 steps back. He will look at everything, like distance, where he wants to land it. He will figure all that out, ball flight and everything before he even sets up to the ball. You know, when I walk up to my ball and I set my club down, I'll get a number, back, front, back, middle, front, and the pin, because I want to just have those numbers in my head. I want to run a few options. Depending on whatever strategy I'm going for, I want to fit a feel number. Like, if I can feel, like, depends on the day. Sometimes 155, like, that's a pretty, like, it's like a flighted 9-iron. Like, it's a low cut flighted 9-iron. That'll probably take one hop and spin back. Like, that's just my shot. Yeah. I've done it. That's a shot that I've done.
That's what you practice.
It's a shot that I've practiced and done it like thousands of times. There's also times where 155 can be, I can hit a low run up 7-iron.
Yeah.
Like if there's like water in front of the green, or if there's you don't want to go long and you need to run it up, or if it's windy, like having multiple shots for the same number. Mm-hmm. And it's not so like fitting a number like you're like putting on a shoe to fit like your shoe size. It's fitting based on feel
and what the shot requires.
Exactly.
Right. So that's cool. I personally like.
It's weird, but it's
hard to think of having a caddy. But like, if I were to have one, I I don't know, like, if I'd want them to help me read putts. You know, it'd have to be someone I'd really trust to help read putts, you know, and, like...
I have an experience with
okay.
that.
But I don't know, like, clubbing, I guess, like you said, just to be like, hey, like, I like this number, or, like, what are you thinking? Like, just have me get my feedback. Because a lot of times I can be quiet on the course. If I have someone to maybe, like, be like, hey, like, what are you thinking right now? And if I said it, and they're like, say they know my game really well, they'll be like, how about this?
Yeah.
And having also, you hear a lot, like, instead of saying, like, don't go left, don't go long, there's water short.
I wouldn't want to hear that.
No, you wouldn't want to hear that.
That's shit I don't want to hear.
That's the biggest thing for me, especially, like, when people, like, say that, it's so bad.
It's like, get out.
So, and you try to work on it, like, rent-free. I don't want to be rent-free. I can't let people get rent-free, but, yeah, and then if you hit a bad shot, and then, like, if you're having a bad day and your caddy was saying something wrong and you want to blame it on them, and it could just get out of hand. So I don't know if...
At the end of the day, you're the only person you're the one holding the club.
Exactly. after the round's over, like, it's easy to just be like,
hindsight's 20/20. You can always look back.
So, but in the moment, I don't know if it really helped me. I mean, I've never tried it, so maybe.
Yo, you're gonna have to try it. It's an experience. Like, genuinely try it. So I have an experience about, you said putts.
Probably.
No. This is a good story. I was playing in a charity scramble towards the end of 2021, which we won. Me and the boys, we clutched up and we won. My boy AJ, you know, AJ, you're listening. You're one of my best friends, my mentor. I take so much advice from this guy. Like, I talk about him literally nonstop when it comes to golf.
I don't know AJ, but I know AJ.
Yeah, cool guy. We played box with him a few times. Yeah, cool guy. We were playing this tournament, and we had this par 3 where we hit on the green. It was a really easy par 3, like 155, and we had like a 26-foot putt, like 26 because we paced it out, 26 feet up the hill, turning to the left, like it's a red slope putt. Like, if you play 2K, like, red slope. And I'm telling you, I always putt last in the group because I want to see it. And I'm looking at everybody's putts. Everything goes low. One person blasts it high. I'm like, okay, I got the speed. So I'm setting up to this putt. And you know how I set up to putts? Like, I'll put the line, but I'll put it under so I can still see the roll, but I won't, like, see the line. And I'm setting up to this putt, and AJ's standing behind me. And I'm like, I feel pretty good with this line. He's like, dude, you're like 2 feet. Like, keep on going. So I'm like, all right, a little bit. I turn my putter a little bit more to the right. He's like, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And literally at this point, I'm like, there's no, like, I'm literally going to miss this putt.
It's a scramble. It's a scramble, right?
Yeah, it's a scramble.
You just got to try to make it. I mean, I'm sure you would have made one of the other 3.
Yeah, but nobody made it. It was a...
but, like, for par, like, you're trying to be in for birdie.
Yeah, but we're trying to make it. Because
exactly.
it was like...
Yeah, that's not me.
It was like it was our 16th hole today. So we were like, we need this 30. So I'm setting up, and I'm like, dude, I'm a mile right. Like, there's no way. Hit this putt, and I canned it. Man. It was filthy. It was.
That's another thing too.
It was crazy.
When you're talking about, like, breaks and speed, and this is when, like, PJ Tour caddies can come and play. You have to know how your player putts. If, like you said, if you're reading a putt one way, and I know you, from what I see, you try to take break out of putts and you hit it really hard. Yeah. You hit it in the back of the cup. And that's not all the time, but especially uphill ones or whatever.
That's one thing I learned a lot in comps too.
Get away from that. I tend to try to, like, diet in. I'm afraid of having that 4-footer coming back, as we all are.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
4-footer for par, boys. Shaky knees.
But I'd rather, so shaky, especially if it's like not so much a short birdie putt, but if I'm like 30 feet away, I just want 2 putts.
Expectations.
If it goes in, that's great. So I try to get it dying around the hole.
Yep.
But if you're having someone else read it, they think more aggressive, or maybe they think even more conservative.
You got to be on the same wavelength. Yeah, exactly. I completely agree.
That can be tough. Caddies are so, man, like, obviously the greatest caddies play a part.
We can take a little bit out of Jordan Spieth and his caddy.
Michael Greller, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
like, they are 2 peats in a pod.
There's a lot of long term, like, even Jim Furyk and Fluff.
Yeah.
Obviously Tiger, when he was with Steve. Now he's with Joe DeLuca, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I'd say they play their role, and they do a great job.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah, if you're getting paid,
right,
you're on payroll.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing.
You're on a golfer's payroll. That's so, like, the thought of that, right? Like, of how inconsistent and how cutthroat golf can be. Being the first person to blame. Like,
oh, yeah. But the first person to take 10% of their winnings, so.
Matt Kuchar, baby. Matt Kuchar. We know he loves to pay his caddies.
He paid them eventually. No, he did. No, he did.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because everyone gave him shit about it.
Oh, yeah. It took him like 2 years, but he
Shout out
did.
to Matt Kuchar, man. You're an asshole.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. Matt Kuchar, you're sick. You're a great golfer.
Yeah, caddies are tough. I might have to have you caddy for me. I don't know how.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you want to see a video of me caddying Liam. Leave that in the comments if you want to see a video of me caddying Liam. That would be
pretty much saying leave a comment if you want to see Liam have a mental breakdown and shoot 100.
Nah, it would have to be a serious video. I would. Yeah.
I'd have to do it in a tournament too. Otherwise, I just
true.
I just mess around. So
in a tournament, like a low key tournament, it'd have to be like a low key tournament. Because if you feel it was anything like special or like anything like legit, like you'd fucking punch me in the face.
No, because honestly,
it's golf.
He'd be the one to give me the best advice. He knows my game probably better than anyone else who could caddy for me. So I wouldn't have John on the bag. If John was on the bag, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I'd have John in the bag. That's the opposite. I'm not looking for someone to know my game too well.
I don't want to get distracted.
Yeah, that's
John
true.
He's gonna look at me and be like, I'm gonna like miss a 3-footer instead of being like, hey man, sorry. He's gonna be like,
He'll be like, what the hell are you doing?
He's like,
why didn't you hit it?
He's like, I thought you were gonna miss that. I'd be like, come on, dude.
He rattles you. He'd rattle you.
He would. Do you want to? Well, we got to wrap up here somewhat soon.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
We got some questions.
Yeah, we have a question.
And so in future pods, we're gonna do kind of like a end of the video, like almost like a rapid fire Q&A. So any questions you want, we'll shout you out with the question.
Yeah,
at the end of the videos.
We got Twitter, we have YouTube comment section, and we have Instagram DMs.
Yeah,
all three of those.
Any comment section, just put it somewhere.
Anything.
We'll find it.
Yeah, seriously, guys, I got it. I run the socials. I got you. Trust me, I got you.
All right, what's our first one?
So Liam, your first question is: when you're playing golf, your go-to like at 9 holes, you're tired, you're hungry, you're thirsty, you're looking for a snack or drink.
Snack or drink.
What's your 9-hole like snack shack?
Well,
what's your go-to?
The only things I really drink, I don't drink soda or anything, so it's not either. But out of the only things I drink, it's probably a lemonade.
Just lemonade.
And then
no food.
And then honestly, I don't really eat food on the course. But if I were to, I don't know, like M&Ms.
Yeah,
that's not the worst one.
All right.
What about you?
So go to. I gotta get an Arnold Palmer. Those like iced tea. I love iced tea. I will always drink iced tea. Big fan. And then I don't like to eat too much on the course as well. Like I don't eat before my rounds in the morning. But I don't really have any snacks. If I am to have one, maybe a sandwich. I'm not a hot dog guy. Guys, the hot dog.
He's not a glizzy guy.
We have to destroy the hot dog at the turn. Like that's just, guys, come on.
So bad.
This
is 2022. All right.
Hashtag cancel the hot dog.
All right. So,
it's not good.
Who is the best golfer you've personally played with?
I have 2 because I can't pick. AJ and Nathan Jordy. Nathan Jordy is a 16-year-old golf prodigy who literally has been shouted out by Sir Nick Faldo at a tournament. This kid is incredibly talented. He's one of my closest friends who actually helped me and encouraged me to play competitive golf. Great kid, very talented in all aspects. And obviously AJ, ex-professional. Just overall really like knowledgeable, knowing guy. Just knows the game really well, and he plays really good golf. Very solid golf. I think the worst round I've ever seen him shoot is like low 80s, and that was a match, and it was not his day. Yeah, those 2, hard to pick, really hard to pick. Liam, next question. Personally, your favorite golf hole that you've ever played or course, if you can't pick a specific hole.
Honestly, the ranch in where is it? Southwood. That's a beautiful course, and honestly, my favorite hole is on that course too.
Yeah.
17. Par 3. It's like it's like the closest thing you'll get to like an island green in the Northeast. I mean, like,
Sounds cool.
it is like it probably plays like, there's different tees, but we played it from the tips at like 165. It's like that perfect, like, they don't want to make it like 200, but there's water
It's a
all
perfect
in
9 iron
like,
distance.
water like all in the front, almost like a moat, but
Stock 9.
and I remember like playing it, and both times I played it, I played it really well, so that's why it's got a sweet spot. But yeah, that's I love the ranch. It's a great course. What about you?
Man, if I have to say a personal favorite course, I have to say Maplegate Country Club in Bellingham. It's where I learned how to. It's where I really came into my stride with golf. I've played that course well over 300 times. Just you pull up there and it's a well maintained course. It's nothing special in terms of like oh, it's in the mountains. Like it's a walk through the woods. It's a great vibe. And just a great course. My favorite hole would probably be 8. Just like you said, like it's 130, tucked par 3, just over water, huge green.
Par 3s have a special. I think
par 3s are special.
I think they're cool.
I think par 3s are special.
All right, wrapping it up. Last question. Not the best one to go out on. What is your lowest round, and what is stopping you from going lower?
Oh, Jesus, man.
Want me to take this first?
Yeah, you go first.
I've had 2. So on 9 holes, I've shot 2 under twice. One was a 33, one was a 34. 18 holes, I have 2 even pars. One's a 70, one's a 72. One of them on the par 70, it's an easier course. It's really short. It's nothing I brag about. I was 2 under through 16. And then I doubled 17 in part 18. That was tough.
I've been in a spot.
That was tough because I was like, I only had like 1 bogey, and it was on the first hole. And I remember I was playing flawless the whole time, and then a double bogey on 17. And I remember being so stressed. I was like, oh my God, now if I bogey 18, I'm not even shooting par. But luckily I got the par, and then shot par at Berkshire Hills 2. And that was a good one because I remember I just, it was just honestly like one of those rounds where it just kind of comes together. Nothing like too crazy, but nothing too.
Yeah. You can't like shout out a specific shot. Like
no, it's just like you made your pars and you had a few birdies and you had a few bogeys.
So what's stopping you from shooting more?
Definitely just consistency. I've had so many rounds. I shot 79, 7 over, with a double and a 9.
Yeah.
On a par 4. If that's just 9, it's just so that's the only thing. Just like out of bounds balls, lost balls.
Yeah.
How about you?
Lowest round, 71. Shout out Nate Jordy because he was there. Pouring rainstorm, Shining Rock, shot 1 under 71. That putt, I had an 8-foot par putt on 18. Took literally probably 10 minutes on the putt. Not even joking. And it was the best par I've ever made in my life. Just a very special day. I that story is for another day, like how it went, because it's very special to me. But great.
What do you think? What do you think is stopping you from going even lower? I know you got game, ladies and gentlemen. This guy pures the ball.
All right, I appreciate that, dude. But stopping me from going lower, I want to say inexperience.
That's actually
inexperience. I haven't been there. I've had rounds where I've literally gone 6 under on 9 holes to come second in a tournament. It's there. I've had glimpses of some insane golf that I'm very happy to be able to say I've played. But I got to pressure myself more. I have to be in more stressful situations on the course. And by stressful, I mean obviously in tournaments. And I feel like the more that I put on it, like, I'm going all in. Poker, like, you got to feel that stress.
Yeah.
The more you feel that stress, the more it's easier to cope with, the more easy as it fuels you. You mentally can really just adapt to it and build off it. I feel like that's why tour players also, we were talking about earlier, why they're so talented. Because, some people argue that golfers aren't athletes. They might not be the most physically fit.
They are now.
Well, now they are. But mentally fit, mentally strong, mentally capable. I think that's some of the strongest mentally people in the world.
Well, Mike, great talk to you.
Of course.
Second episode in the books. Thank you all for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. If you'd like to support us, the donation link is in the description and in our profile. We have all of our social medias linked also in our description. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, our podcast on Spotify, here on YouTube. We upload our podcast every Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m. and all of our YouTube videos, which you guys will have watched the first one. So hopefully. Give us some feedback. Yeah, hopefully. You guys better be watching it. Come on now.
All
right. Give us a follow and always open to feedback.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Appreciate it again.
Some better weather.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Catch you guys later.